Welcome to the TT from the D podcast show. This is the top of the morning show, the spinoff for season 3. And I really want to thank you for tuning in this morning. You could have chosen any other podcast show to rise and shine with, but you decided to rise up with us. And I'm super excited for that. I want to thank my guest in advance. This dynamic duo is simply amazing. I think this is my third time being able to interview them, and they are so much fun. They are beautiful. They are talented. They are gifted in their own right. They have their own podcast show, and I was super humbled when they agreed to be a part of the Women's and Podcast and Radio Takeover Week. So, all this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have podcasters from all over the state of Michigan, because we started from home base first to kick this off. And although their schedules wouldn't allow them to participate in the panel discussion this past Tuesday, I'm super excited that they carved out some time so that you wouldn't miss out on who they are. Now, let me put a little PSA out there for those of you that are libation makers. So people like Hennessy and Jameson, and I don't know, the list can go on and on. These queens, they also do different wines and samples, and Everfresh, y'all need to be giving them some dollars, because they use your mixture as chasers and they create these delicious, delightful drinks. Let me tell you, sometimes I be trying to look on their page, the Brixx and Rixx show, so I can get some different ideas, so I won't be just that the regular old Jack and Coke. Nobody wants to do that. So they have these things, and I tried to follow this one ingredient, and I'm like, that's not it. That is simply just not it. So I don't know if they just do it and all the energy they have, because they're like a party all by themselves. And when I had the pleasure of actually being on their show, they invited old girl, right? They had all head up in the building. So I was like, yeah. So I had the opportunity to chill with them, and they blessed me with this cute glass. I'm super mad that it got broken when I moved, but I had that. I drank everything out of it. And it was just like, I felt like I was like at a party, but it was just like an intimate, private party. So I had to say all that because y'all need to be giving them some dollars, right? You need to be sponsoring them because they make your beverages look good. Although they're already delicious on their own. Yes. No shade to anybody. But wouldn't it be dope to have two beautiful young ladies who people love to listen to, who people love to look at, take your brand and put something out there that's going to make people say, damn, that look good. Let me try that. That means that they're not only promoting your brand, they're also bringing some additional life to your brand. That's just a little PSA. That's my own PSA. It's a free tip, so no worries. But anyway, without any further ado, because I know these ladies are always on the go and I don't want to hold them too long, I would like to bring to the show Brixx and Rixx.
Oh my God, TT. You always make us feel like we are so special.
I'm over here blushing.
Right.
Because you guys are. Aww. You guys are. When I tell you, I'm super excited to have you guys take out some time to add me to your roster. First of all, I was making a joke, but really, I'm like one of the older podcaster people. And I know this is like your genre. This is your generation. But you guys tap in with everybody. And that's one thing I love about you. Even though you guys are young and you're vibrant and you're beautiful, you tap in with everybody. And so you make us all feel welcome. You don't make us feel like we in another club. Like we feel like we're part of your generation. And so I'm dope. I'm stoked of anybody that I would love to see as a duo. I actually have never paid attention to any other, and I hate to say that's no shade, but it is what it is. I've never paid attention to any other duo. Sometimes when you hear people, there's two or more, there you can tell like the chemistry really isn't there, but they're trying to do something, and I get that, and that's what's up. But when it doesn't work, you need to go back to the blueprint and kind of do it again. And you guys have mastered that.
Yeah.
We actually have.
Yeah, you have.
I think we have, but a lot of people, when they make their podcast and they're just looking for like a co-host or whatever, like they're just looking for a co-host. But me and Brixx are actually friends. We actually hang out. We actually do stuff. Sometimes we actually do nothing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we're just here watching TV together, you know?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people don't have that chemistry, but we're just blessed because we are such great friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, we are such great podcasters too.
Yes, you are.
And
Yes, you are.
Really, you know, the Brixx and Rixx show is so very like conversational that it's literally just us going down to the studio, recording what we literally would have probably set upstairs and talked about.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And that's
So it's
what
like, well,
makes
let's
it
just tell
dope.
all our extra friends.
Right. Like invite us into your living room. Come on, let us in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I must
yes.
say, real quick,
Yeah.
we are literally drinking Hennessy and Jameson.
Shut the front door. Shut the front door. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know, they didn't listen, listeners. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But I really am in love with your page. Like, I really love looking because you give so many ideas, and then the energy when you look at the Brixx and Rixx Instagram page, the Brixx and Rixx show. Let's be correct, you guys, so you can go find out. Let me spell it out for y'all because y'all might be like, Brixx. I already know because you're gonna be like Bricks. No. So let me spell it for you. And go ahead. I'm a pause because I want you to get your crayon, your marker, your eyeliner, whatever it is, your Sharpie, your highlighter, whatever you need, chalk, whatever, and write this down or use your smartphone because if you're listening, then you're listening to your smartphone and you've got access to it. So it's the Brixx, which is Brix, the letter N, Rix, the word show.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the proper way to look these queens up. So before I jump into our interview officially, I would love for you to tell the listeners, the old listeners and the new listeners, a little bit about you guys and how you started.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. Like the duo came from another show that we're affiliated with, which is the Ron Dance Show.
Yes.
So, shout out to Ron Dancing.
Shout out to Ron.
All of our castmates at the Ron Dance Show. But we decided to fly, you know, because those pigeons couldn't hold us back. Yes, we said it. You could quote that if you would like.
Boom.
And tag them because we won't.
Oh my God, I can't.
But no, seriously. So we just decided, you know what, in the off season of the Ron Dance Show, to keep it going, you know, Brixx, Rixx, we had these very close names, although Rick's name is something else on the Ron Dance Show. But, you know, our names are so very similar.
Yes.
Raquel. So we just kind of did the Brixx, Rixx. And then, you know, it was just supposed to be a spinoff, right?
Okay.
And it was kind of like always a talk. And then COVID happened. And it was like, you know, everybody was living in their moments when COVID happened. It was like, you better jump out there after your dream or goal.
Yes.
Because who knows how much time we got at this point.
That's
know?
right. That's right. That's right.
And so that's kind of like where it was birthed. So we kind of started just investing in equipment and coming up with concepts, having meetings. You know, we brought Ron Dance to the table as an executive producer with us. And then shout out to our amazing engineer, Low Sport. He was just like, whatever we need, he got us. He keeps us sounding incredible.
Yes.
Because you've seen where we record.
Yes, and I love it. And he is super dope. Yep. But it's, you know what? It's so at home, but it's like a studio vibe. Everything is like such a good vibe. Yes.
Yeah. But, you know, he kind of got us together. So, so shout out to him. But, so it kind of just came through, you know, knowing that people are home bored. And during 2020, when we started, people were getting really heavily into podcasts because listening to them because just the climate and where we were, right? So it was just like, all right, let's jump on, let's see what happens. And out the gate, the chemistry was good. It was believable, right?
Yes.
For people. And you know, here we are.
Yeah. And then one thing that we've always said is like, you know, our podcast is just a continuation of our conversations. Like we just said, you know, in the first episode, we're like, this is just a continuation of our FaceTime. Because me and Brixx would get on FaceTime for hours and be like, girl, you know what I don't fuck with? And then, you know, that's really how it started. It's just us saying different things. things, or girl, did you see this in the new, stuff like that. Yeah. And so that's how we just transfer our regular conversations into a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what? That brings me to one of my favorite shirts is in my closet, and my husband too. Shout out to Swifty McVeigh. Yes, we be rocking those. We love to wear those shirts when we travel, and I'm gonna tell you why. We like that's my get on the airplane type of shirt. And when we go places, the first time we did it, we were in Miami, and it was for our anniversary, and people would stop us on Ocean Drive and was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "You know what I don't fuck with," and they're like, and there's like, "What?" Like I'm like, but it was more of a, let me run the list down what I don't fuck with, and so that's a whole vibe like that. That's my go-to shirt, and sometimes when I go out for girls, I just be like, cause I know people gonna ask. And they're going to be staring. And then I can't wait to tell them, And so shout out to y'all for that. Because, you blessed us with those shirts. I love the one you guys did for cancer awareness. I would love to get that. My mother's a cancer survivor. So I would love to get that for my mom and get one for me. And definitely this year when we do Cancer Awareness Week, I will definitely wear that proud and loud. And have you guys come back in October and talk about that. But shout out to y'all, because y'all are branding and you guys are on your way to do some things. I meant what I said. It was funny, but not really funny. I was serious about the people. Like, the liquor makers, they really need to take a look at your page. They really need to look at you. You guys are in tune and in touch, and then you are creative with their beverage. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Original content. Those images are done right here in the studio.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I had to say that. So yes, thank you. And thank you for that little humble, because it's so much more to y'all, but I see what y'all doing. It's all good. You trying to keep it podcast. I get you. Because y'all are both business women and exceptional at what you do. So that's a whole nother, maybe I can bring all that and say behind the podcaster. So that's another thing. But I would like to ask you, because we all like a good story. I know your names are similar. Why did you choose Brixx and Rixx? Like, I know your names are similar. You guys could have came up with so many other names. What made you touch and agree on Brixx and Rixx?
So Brixx is actually Brixx. That's her real nickname. It's spelled differently in regular life than it is on the podcast. But we kind of just started joking once we realized, like, her name is Brickhill, my name is Rickhill, and then Rixx came from that. But before we even thought of a show, we were calling each other Brixx and Rixx. Like, do you remember Dance's 40th birthday party? Like, there was a picture and it was like Brixx and Rixx.
Yep.
And then it just birthed from there. Us two together, like, we just clicked immediately. And
it's like, it's our show, forget every other day.
It wasn't even an idea to come
That way neither one of us can ever be replaced.
That's right. Yeah,
I know. I always tell her, I'm looking for a new Rixx.
I'm like, girl, you could not get a new Rixx. Like, I'm not gonna have it.
I can't take it. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys have a lot of fun, and I'm having fun, and I'm not even with y'all. Like, I wish I was over there having me a little libation too, and kicking up, right? But it's all good.
Oh, you on Tuesday for sure, because I really want to get into that.
I am always down for that. I will put my show on autopilot and come to y'all. Okay, please know. Yes, it's a bet. Like, and y'all heard that. I will. Yes, I love it. Might even, I don't know, maybe could do my tap in Tuesday with y'all. I don't know, but
that's what I'm saying.
I'm for it. I am for creativity. Yes. Now, on a serious note, because there's a lot of, like you said earlier, a lot of podcasts were birthed during the pandemic. Mine was one of them too. Sure. And people are still coming up. Like, I'm not going to mention the person's name. I'm not going to mention the person's gender. But I was, there's a group, there's a lot of groups, but there's a particular group that I have joined, and people are in there and they're, starting podcasts, and that's great, and they're networking and politicking, and I love it. I love growth. However, there was a person in there, and the person, like everybody else, was like, hey, I just dropped my first new pre-episode, which is like the trailer to the podcast. If you could check it out, let me know what you think. that's what's up. And so people knew this person, obviously, and they're like, oh, yeah. So I said, oh, okay, all right. Let me check it out. And let me tell you, I my mouth, I opened. Like, I said, what? Like, this can't be. Like, this can't be your opening trailer for your podcast. Yeah. Because it was so... I hate to say this, my God. It sounded so ignorant. It sounded so ignorant. And I was like, what the hell? So I was like, okay, you know what? I said no. And then it was like, as the person went on to talk about, and you know what I'm saying? And we gonna be talking about, and this, and we gonna be like, oh, and this and that. And I was like, I said, are you talking to somebody about what you're getting ready to do? Because I know this is not your trailer.
Yeah.
And when I finished listening, it was a tough listen. It was a tough listen because my attention was like, what the hell? So it was like, I initially followed the person. I went back and unfollowed the person. I said, I can't. I just simply can't with a K, not even with a C, with a K. I can't. Because I said, for the people that know this person, where's your feedback?
Yeah.
But that's where sometimes I feel like I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know the person. So I'm like, we never even spoke. We don't follow each other. None of that. It ain't my spot to say that to you because I don't want to come off offensive or you feeling like I think I'm all that or I know much more, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But somebody that's in that person's circle, because we got a lot of yes girls, a lot of yes guys. Yeah. And that's the worst to have in your circle when you're trying to build your brand and develop.
Sure.
That you need to be able to have tough skin and know that constructive criticism is great because it helps you grow and elevate.
Exactly.
And to say that, I have to ask you ladies, what is one of your pros and what is one of your cons about being in the world of podcasting that you've tackled since you've become podcasters?
Oh, this is a tough one.
Ooh, okay. So I think the pro, I think we've definitely mastered just like keeping people engaged, right?
Okay.
And bringing an element of funny to people, right? Which we're really not comedians or trying to be, we just have crazy stories that are jokes.
Yes.
Wow. Complete ones, right?
Yes.
So I think we really have mastered the art of just trying to like stay engaging, stay, you know what I mean? Bringing up things and topics that are interesting to us, staying true to ourselves, right?
Okay.
But still making it very, like relatable, right? You may hear a story or something and be like, oh my God, that has something happened to me, Right. Especially when it comes to these men, because Jesus, like we all experience the same things. Right?
Yes.
I think that's what we have mastered for sure. I think the con, I mean, it's kind of a lot of them, but you just can't tell, right?
Yeah.
Because when we speak and do our thing, it flows, it happens, right? The way in which it's supposed to. So I think right now, my biggest like ick for us is that we are not visual on a visual platform. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a goal. We keep telling you it's coming, and for real, it is.
I believe it.
We are definitely working on it, but I think right now that's literally like the only con that is really like we definitely could have more eyes and things if we were visual.
Yes.
I think everything you said.
Yeah.
But one thing I like pro for us, I believe, is just like we're very consistent. Where that you're getting a show on Valentine's Day, you're getting a Brixx Day, you're getting a Rixx Day, you're getting Christmas or New Year's Eve, like things. So we're very consistent with how we put out our episodes. Yeah. The only con I could think of, Brixx, you really do want to be visual, girl. She really wants to go visual. I think of it's just like we're just so busy, like individually and collectively.
Yeah.
Like we have so much. Well, Brixx and Lo got more.
I was about to say the three of us though, like, because Lo is a part of our show.
Right.
And I mean, they have more things going on than me, but like, I still got stuff going on, and that's just like, to us, like, we love this, but sometimes we be like, oh, can you meet this day? And then somebody can't, so we do have to. That's just something that we have to work on. But I mean, that's it's still a good thing.
Yeah.
It's still a blessing.
It's a good busy, problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think we have a lot of cons. But I just wanted to go back to what you were saying, TT, about the bad podcast. And, you know, like you were saying, you just felt like it wasn't your place. But also, I kind of feel like if there's a person that you know, it's kind of like, we know a person and they started a podcast and they didn't ask anybody for advice. Like, nobody. They didn't ask any sources. And it literally sounds like they produce this podcast in their car on their phone. And it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
But, you know, and not to brag, but, you know, Brixx and I
we didn't win Best Podcast of the Year.
Yes, you did. Metro Times. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Metro Times Best.
And that's huge. That's a big deal.
Leading the category. It had never even been created.
It's a big deal.
Right?
But, you know, we are, not to brag, but we are educating women and we do know how to speak. And I think that when it comes to podcasting, you do have to know how to talk. You can't just constantly. Everybody says and like.
Yeah.
But you were saying the guy was like, like, what is that?
Yeah.
You still, it needs to be an enjoyable listen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I definitely think we're.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. And it's like, and that's, you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this week where it was women in podcast and radio is because back in the day, it was oversaturated with men. Yeah. You always heard men on the radio. When podcasting kind of came, podcasting has been around now. Some folks seem like they think podcasting manifested when we got into the pandemic, but that's not true. Podcasting has been around for quite a while. It just wasn't popular. And I think it became popular just like people doing the tiny desk concerts and doing live performances in their living room and making money and different things. We became creative individuals during the pandemic.
Exactly.
Okay. And so podcasting is a beautiful thing. I love it. I love radio. I have the pleasure of tapping into that. I would like to go back and do radio if that's the Lord's will. But it's not for everybody. And you know, like when I started out with podcasting, y'all remember because y'all was on my show when I first started. And y'all been rocking with me each time I reach out to y'all. Y'all just be like, let me know. Y'all work y'all schedule. And I'm like, when I knew I wanted to do this week like this, I'm like, shit, I gotta have Brixx and Rixx. And you're the only, come on now. I'm like, and you're the only duo that I have featured this week. So it was just like, you listen, you see all these podcasts because, oh my God, there's so many out there. And before I was just on Anchor.fm. And that was good for me. I got in, it was free. You do it from your phone, still is the way to go. But then it was just like, I started going on, like getting other platforms. And this is going to be crazy, but I believe in being transparent. I didn't even know I was on other platforms.
Oh, wow.
Somebody said, I didn't know because I would send my link and say, hey, check it out through anchor.fm/TTFromTheD. And so I think it was Evrod that told me. Evrod was like, TT, you're on Apple Podcasts, right? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're on Apple Podcasts. I was like, oh, no, really? I don't do nothing over there. He's like, I guess it just filters over. I don't know. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I was on there trying to switch out my pictures one day. Yeah. And I happened to be playing around and I'm looking like, what is that link? iHeartRadio. What is that? So I was like, what is that? It was like, if you want to upload your stuff, you can put it. I was like, what? So I went on. I said, let me click on the link. Let me see what I can do in here. And then there it was, iHeart. I was like, whoa. And then I looked again another time. Then it was like Amazon Music. I'm like, what? I said, Jesus, and I ain't have to pay nobody. I was like, what? So
we like free.
We like free. We love free. We love free. Okay. But it just started going. And then so I had a listener who's a fan of Swift's. And I had I think I did my page wrong when I set up the Anchor. And one day I happened to look and it was like in the monies. It was like $50. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, what? I said, wait a minute, because I ain't buy nothing. Let me see. I hope I didn't put my credit card and uploaded nothing or whatever. And it was like, it was a donation. So I was like, from who? So it was a listener from Bahrain. So I was like,
wow.
yes. So I was like, okay. So I went in and I didn't know how to. Listen, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. So I was like, what is analytics? Like, what is it? Ignorant. Because I don't know. All I want to do is record, talk, have guests, share my platform. Let's get it. So I'm looking and it's like you have listeners in Belgium, Argentina, Mexico. I said, wait a minute, what? I don't even do I don't got no ads. I was like, what? But I am one of those hashtag people. I will hashtag you to death. And so, yes. And let me tell you, queens, keep doing it. People used to tease me and say, oh my God, TT, you're hashtagging me to death. And I'm like, well, and at people like businesses and like when you guys are doing your branding, like you feature alcohols or whatever, Everfresh, tag their ass. Everybody tag them because they're going to look to see what you're doing. And it's like, oh, and then they might say, hey, we got this new thing coming out, Brixx and Rixx. We want to let it explode and introduce it through your podcast because you have a nice following, blah, blah, blah. That's how things happen. But I'm sorry. I just had to say that. But podcasting world.
Girl, listen, we need all the cheat codes.
We taking notes.
Listen.
We over here Googling our show and I think we have come up on somebody's website. So yeah, we about to get into this.
Let me tell you. And it's go.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know what, TT? We kind of had a similar experience where we didn't look at our analytics until it was like the New Year's Eve episode, and we found out we had listeners in Japan and a whole lot of other countries. We were like, how somebody find us in this country?
Absolutely.
And one thing we'll let you know too. Oftentimes we'll go out in public, different places, and we'll airdrop.
Oh yeah,
the show.
For sure.
Oh.
And sometimes people will decline it, but a lot of times
people accept it. That's our marketing
info.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you for that cheat code. Come on now.
Girl,
okay.
Drop the show, or what I mean?
Yeah, I love that.
We'll let people, whoever have their airdrop on, we'll just send it because it's either yes or no, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And even if we can get one person to accept it, that's
one more
person that's aware.
Yes.
That can reach another 100 people. That can, you know what I mean? So
I love that. Oh, I love that. That's very creative. Rixx, y'all still there? Oh, I hope I didn't lose these queens. Brixx and Rixx, y'all still there?
In our game.
Right.
Gotcha. I'm appreciating it. I'm appreciating it because podcasting, as I was saying, it's not for everybody, but everybody's trying to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And either you got it or you don't. And that's period. Yeah. That's period. And you guys have it. You guys are two women that actually have it that will make you sit back and want to listen. Y'all keep me laughing. And even when you guys are serious, it's kind of like y'all keep us in the know. You know what I'm saying? You keep us in the know. So much love to you guys on that. I do have to ask you guys, because you guys are a lot of fun. What is your most memorable show?
Oh, the most memorable?
Yes.
What is that shots one we just did recently?
The shots one?
Oh my God. We were so drunk. The one where we decided just to do shots. Yeah, I think it was like for the New Year. Did we do a New Year? Or Galentine's?
Yes, it was Galentine's. A Galentine's Day special.
Was my favorite. Our most recent Galentine's one. So 2023. We decided for the cocktail that it was just gonna be shots.
Okay.
I was vomiting the next day. We went so hard.
Oh my God.
And we record on a weeknight.
Yeah.
And I was behaving like I didn't have anything to do the next morning. But I can even tell, because I think, and we try to go. I think at one point we had to stop and rewind because of me. We just could not get it together, you know?
Oh my God.
So I think that was probably like the most memorable for me, just because it was fun. Because it's like, girl, you forgot you working, you know? Because intentional. You still have to be intentional about the words that you say, right?
Yes.
And knowing your audience. So it's like, wait, what did I just say? Like, well, I was about to say, actually, we have to do that often. Actually, like, no, cut it, start over. You know,
or bleep it.
Exactly. You know, because we didn't drop the name or something.
Yes.
I really do not care if I drop a name, but Lo and Brixx will be like, we're bleeping it.
Yeah, we not giving them their credit.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that was my most memorable.
And
then other than that, the very first one we did, like our pilot one. And then just to see the growth, it's just like, oh my God. You know, even though it wasn't terrible, but it's just like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
Right. But it's memorable because it's like that was the one that kind of set the stage, right? And got us going. Every week after that, it just got better and better. And better. And better. Yeah. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think I have a favorite or most memorable though.
No.
I just feel like we always just have such a good time.
We do.
But I definitely, let me tell you though, when I do listen to that, like when it comes out on Freaky Friday, I be like, girl, I cannot believe you said that. I be like, Brixx, why would you talk to me and tell me to say that?
Yeah.
Every single time, I just be like, girl.
I can't.
Myself, what is up?
Like, does she have me sucking a banana on the air? Yeah.
It was a pickle.
Oh, a pickle. Yeah.
Oh
you know,
my God.
Ridiculous.
Y'all funny though. Y'all funny. And it's just like right now, I've been laughing this whole interview and my damn cheeks hurt because my cheekbones, if they're staying high because I keep laughing and, you know, I got chubby cheeks and stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, it is. Yes, it is. And you can get that workout with y'all. Like, you definitely gonna laugh. If you're having a bad day or you feel like you in a mood, turn on the Brixx and Rixx, and I guarantee you're gonna laugh. And you know, if you feeling like you want to make your little something, or even go to the bar. If you're not a mixologist, everybody not a mixologist, it's okay. Go to the bar and say, hey, can you make this drink?
Yeah,
and show them. Show the picture. Where'd you get that from? Oh, the Brixx and Rixx show. They always make more plugs.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you guys, this will be, as we bring this to a close, what, being veteran podcasters, because I consider you guys veteran, what advice, because, you know, I realize now, I don't feel so bad, you also are aware of some people or folks that are trying to do it, and there's nothing wrong with trying to do it. It's just, sometimes people need to ask for a little bit of advice. And sometimes people, I feel like they think they either, I don't want to ask them, or they might feel like, because some people are shady. They won't tell you. They don't want to share the homework. I don't have a problem with it because somebody's always shared with me. If your brand blows up and goes and gets syndicated, that's amazing. I love it. I'm not going to say, oh, it's because no, I'm so glad that worked for you, because maybe that's your season, your time, what God wants for you. And maybe I was just the messenger. Maybe you're just the messenger. But what advice would you give to the current podcaster who seems to be struggling, or the person who says, you know what, I've always wanted to do podcasting? What is your advice to them?
So first I would say stay consistent.
That's
you know, because if you're not doing it, you're not able to see the growth, right? So keep it consistent, you know, constantly record and drop shows and just, you know, master the craft, right? But then also have a niche. So if you know your particular audience, like, make sure you're staying, you know, relevant to what you're selling people, right? Oftentimes people ask us, oh, what's your show about? We'll just say girl talk, because essentially that's what it is, right? And that it can be broad, right? Because we do have different segments, and, you know, so just really be intentional about developing the show. Like, give it a whole frame, right?
Yes.
Want to be like your show, interview style, which I absolutely love.
Thank you.
Then do that, right? If it's going to be like a co-host situation where we're just talking like Brixx and Rixx, do that, right? You know, so just be like consistent and follow the path that you're supposed to be on. Don't try to be like so-and-so show, or even like someone, that same person who has that podcast we were talking about, came to our show like, oh, you know how so-and-so does it, but we don't care how so-and-so does it because this is how we do.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
So, like, you can't, I would love for the Brixx and Rixx show to be larger than life, right?
Yes.
However, every time we plan to record, I look forward to it because I know that what we're doing is good.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
just also believing in what you are selling, right? And being open to criticism, though, right?
That's right.
Because everybody's not going to like it, right? And
that's true.
Of course, you want people to, so you welcome and you invite people to let you know what's going wrong or let you know what they don't fuck with.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then you take that and you process it. Will this benefit me? Will it not? Are they haters? Are they not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you apply it if you know that it'll help, right? But yeah, I think that's probably like my top ones.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like another thing with the consistency, I tell people all the time, like, if you're inconsistent, you'll lose followers because it's nothing that I hate more than a TV show that doesn't come on every week and then they take 3-week break and you're looking for the show and then after a while, if you keep looking, you forget.
Yes.
So that consistency is so important. But another thing that another advice, we're not gatekeepers, so we'll give you all the advice.
All of it.
You know, another thing is, you know, reach out to other people because I'm telling you, we have a team. Like, where would we be without Lo? We have a sound engineer.
We wouldn't even be on the air.
If you're not, if you don't have a sound engineer friend like we do, invest in some different tools online. They have all kind of tools where you can like work on your sound and make things better.
Or we can lease our friend out. I mean, it comes with a price.
I know that's right.
But Lo might be expensive.
Exactly.
Ask people for advice. Like a lot of people ask me all the time, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a blog/podcast. What should I do? And I'm like, girl, I got it for you.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready. And I tell them the same things. But, you know, that feedback is important too. When we first put out our first episode, we asked so many people, like, hey, listen to our first episode. Tell us what you think. Yeah. And then also, we gave y'all our marketing secret. Come up with a plan.
Yeah.
How are we going to get more listeners? You know? But it's also important to, one thing that a lot of people don't really do is separate their podcast from their like regular Instagram, so that way you can have like, hey, this is our page, follow our page. Like, get to know us here, because not all the time when we on our personal pages post everything, but on our podcast page you're gonna catch
everything. It right for the Brixx and Rixx show,
you know. And then I mean, just don't be afraid to be yourself either. Don't try to be like anybody else, just be you, you know, because what works for Joe Budden doesn't work for somebody else.
Right.
That's right.
Doesn't work for somebody else. So just be yourself, be authentic, and just have a good time. You know?
Have
and
a
also,
good time.
one more thing. Don't give a fuck about what nobody else say, because me and Brixx have a good time, even if nobody else listens to us.
Period.
We're having fun. We're having a blast.
Yeah.
So you just have to do things like, even if nobody likes you, even if you think nobody's gonna like, somebody will. Like, but don't put that focus on yourself. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Just have a great time.
That's right. I agree with you, ladies.
Yeah,
I agree with you. You guys are very motivational.
I know. Block us out.
No, not at all. You guys are really, you are creating a wave, and I believe that if people pay attention, they can learn a lot from you too. Being creative is one thing, but unfortunately, everybody's not creative, you know. And some, like you said, ask somebody, you know, if this is not what you do, you may just have the gift to talk, but you're not, like, I know you create your own graphics. You guys do a whole lot. And so, like, my graphics, I have to say, and hey, I am who I am. I just be struggling. I've been on a struggle bus with my graphics, but I do what's appealing to me. I'm like, okay, I like it. And some people are like, that's kind of busy. Or like you said, the word, and it's almost like confirmation for me. I'm working on something now to be more consistent. So for instance, with Tap In Tuesday, I want just one type of flyer, and all I got to switch out is the photo of my guest. You know, I want that. So every time you come on TT from the D page, you recognize it. It's not like, what is that? Or that's another, or what is she talking about? No, I want that. And so you said it. Thank you. And I've been playing around in Canva, and I'm like, that's the only app I know, because I'm scared of apps.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So in Canva, I play around and I'm like, I haven't found one that says that's the one.
Yeah.
And so I said, I might end up, like you said, I might hire me someone to create me, because I know I want one set for Tap In Tuesday. I want one for my top of the morning show. I want it to be consistent. So, the only thing that's going to change is my guest photo and when I do a different photo shoot, right? If I got a new look, which will still match up with TT from the D, when you see her, like, it's important to not change that look so much where people don't recognize you. You're blonde today. Now, in real life, I change my look all the time because I get bored with hairstyles. However, when I go out and I'm like, I was in Chicago just a couple of weeks ago, and I was at the hair and makeup show, and I wore my TT from the D podcast shirt. I wore my signature hat. I wore my signature bangs and hair look. And so a couple of people that was there from the D, it was amazing, was like, hey, I recognize you from social media. I'm like, oh. And you feel like somebody special. You like, I know.
Yeah.
But they're from Detroit. Duh. Like, so we see the same stuff. But it really made me feel geeked. But I said, you know what? They recognize the image that's on my flyer, that's on my pull-up. The cards that's out, that I saturate, that I give out. You don't recognize me just the person. But if I was wearing a different hairstyle or whatever, you would know me. Right? Yeah. You wouldn't know. Yeah. So the consistency, it hit home for me. I hope it hit home for you listeners, that whatever you're doing, because these ladies are full of wisdom. They're young, but they are in tune. That you got to be consistent. I've been hearing that. That's why I'm like, this is confirmation, because I keep hearing consistency, and authenticity. You have to be authentic. I don't want to see another duo like Brixx and Rixx. I don't want to, because you are who you are. Now, can there be other duos? Yes. Will there be more other duos? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But they have to be authentic. They have to have their own thing. They can't come off trying to copy. And it's, although it could be it could be a compliment to you. No matter what anybody does, it will never be you.
Exactly.
Of course.
So I had to put that out there, just in case the person is out there listening. And I'm almost afraid that the person that y'all was talking about might be the person show I was listening to. But because I'm like, I said, we all in the same boat. I'm like, It's one of those pondering thoughts, but it does. So last but not least, could you please tell the listeners how they can stay connected and if they wanted to reach out to you?
Oh, you're on, kiddo. Okay. Look, that's Rixx.
Oh, yes. Earlier today, you got our Instagram page. It is The Brixx and Rixx Show. It's spelled TheBrix, the letter NRIXSHOW. You can find us on most streaming platforms. We're on Apple Music. We're on Android Play Music.
Google
Play.
SoundCloud,
Spotify, all those wonderful channels.
But on there, we're the Brixx and Rixx Show, 3 X's.
Oh, we got the 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Instagram wouldn't let us have 3 X's.
Instagram wouldn't let us have 3 X's.
Oh, wow. Oh, I get it. X-rated. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. The proper way to spell Brixx and Rixx is with 3 X's.
Period.
Because we're naughty.
Because what other way?
And then, you can catch us in these streets.
Yeah. DM us or email us for Asking for a Friend. We have a segment, Ask for a Friend.
Oh, yes.
We give great advice.
Yes, you do.
And the answer is leave him.
Period. Every time.
Oh my God.
Every time.
You can leave him.
Just leave, sis.
Yes. Run fast.
If one nigga don't work, get another one.
Oh, what? Y'all fan base is like, what is about to populate?
So, join us on Freaky Fridays if you want to have cheers with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we in the streets, we on the Instagram, we on all the podcast platforms. Just listen to us if you like.
Yeah. And even if you don't like, you don't know yet. So tune in.
Give us a listen.
Yeah.
I agree. You won't be sorry. I will have to back them up on that. You will love their show and you'll love their image.
Oh yeah,
because even though we say girl talk, we have a lot of men that, when I'm going to your show, when you gonna let me on your show? When you wanna let me on your show? I want to be on your show. When you gonna let it, like, all the time.
They ask questions too. They want advice too.
Yes,
you know?
men ask for advice.
So definitely shout out to our male listeners too, because we do love y'all.
Yes.
Amen. 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 Well, Queens, I thank you guys for taking time out of your morning to come and stop through to get the party started this day.
Of course.
I am definitely looking for you guys to come on for the Tap In Tuesday, where they can get to see your beautiful faces, feel your vibe and your energy by looking at you guys, hearing you guys. And I know that the time will manifest itself and it will happen.
Sure.
And as far as when you said that you guys look forward to taking things to the next level, I can see you guys being syndicated. I really can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I really can. You're a lot of fun.
You believe in us so much, girl.
You know what? Yeah, because you give me something to believe in. I don't have to do nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural thing. And so when you see greatness, I try to tell people, you surround yourself with greatness. You stay in tune with that. You, not just because you guys have given me yeses when I've reached out to you, but the humility that you have, the openness that you have, and it's actually genuine. It's not because we're on air, okay, and then you get off and it's like, who are they? Like, they're not the same in person. The ladies you hear right now, ladies and gentlemen, the way you hear them, the energy and the vibe is so, it's like not even a tad. It's a glimpse at who they really are and how they behave in person. Yes, they could be serious, and yes, they're educated and very smart and very very classy. You know, they could be edgy, you know, but who can't, you know, and that's our reality. And you know, we have to learn to walk in our truth. And I think a lot of times, a lot of our stress we would alleviate if we stop worrying about what everybody think and just do what you want to do. So with that being said, I want you guys to know I appreciate you. I want you to have much success with the Brixx and Rixx show. I'm going to continue to follow you girls. And I'm looking forward to my time when I get to come back on y'all's show whenever the time manifests. I will be there.
I'm shooting for when we return this summer.
Okay.
Being visual. So just help me lay hands on Rixx that we can come to a good agreement.
Yes.
Cause then it's pretty much a do-over. So
that's
all
right.
Our interviews we'll just redo them.
hey, I'm here for it, and I think your listeners will be here for it, and they will turn into amazing viewers. There is you know what? Just you guys made me think about this. I gotta get the information, and I'm gonna try to go back. There is a network that started, and in March they had a special where it was 50% off for Women's Month if you signed up and got locked in, where you could have your show going through their different network platforms. And I wanted to do it. And I'm that person, when you get an opportunity, of course, if it sounds great, I want to do it. But if it doesn't make sense for me, I don't have time to have a show Monday through Friday. And my show is pretty much the top of the morning show is audio. I only do Tap In Tuesday lives only once a week. They wanted somebody or people that actually had a show that was every day. And so I'm like, the only thing I have is the top of the morning show, but it's not visual. Like right now, I don't have the time to actually do visual, because that means that's live. You know, I could do pre-recorded, I'm sure, but I just don't have the time. And so if I wasn't regular 9 to 5 in it, you know, I'm doing that and doing all the other things we do, as most of us do multi things, then I really could. And I just ain't that season. But I said that to say, I'm going to reach out and go through my stuff, get the name of the network, and I'm going to send it to you. And I want you guys to reach out to her and let her know, like, you know, hey, TT told me that you have a network and you're looking for different shows to air on your network, and we'd like to talk with you.
Send it over.
I will. I definitely will do that. Well, I love you, ladies. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys soon.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. That was an amazing show, ladies and gentlemen, with the Brixx and Rixx duo. Those queens are amazing. Don't forget to follow them on the Brixx and Rixx show on all social media outlets. As they stated,